Alright, so we've made it to the lake, finally. Water temperature is 65.3, so there's quite a few people out here fishing. We're having a little tournament out here today for a high school, I think, Spencer County. I think it's going on till 1:30, so it's 10 o'clock now. Stopped and got me old sausage biscuit. So yeah, we're going to go out here and like I said, I'm going to focus on start at the points of the lakes, you know, all these creek channels and stuff, and work my way back and see what happens. And I might go scan a little bit and see if there's any fish offshore still. So it's been a minute since I've been out here. I've got mixed feelings about this lake. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, but this time of year is not as busy. You don't have as much pleasure boats on the water and stuff, so that's the positive thing. But yeah, we're going to get out here and see if we can't catch us some fish and figure something out. So let's get it. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. As you can tell, I'm going to I guess upload while I'm talking here the stuff that I did catch. I don't know, just wasn't my day. Everything wasn't going right. I woke up late, got to the lake later than I wanted to, had GoPro issues. I don't know, just wasn't my day. It wasn't meant to be. I caught fish. I think I got what I need to know figured out. I'm gonna go back out, but just wasn't my day. It was one of those days. As you can see, I even ripped my britches. I mean, I don't know. I tried. But what I figured I'd do was I'd show you guys what I was using, the rods I was using, and the baits, I guess. If you have any questions, you can put them down there in the description. See, I'm tired, man. The comments. Well, what I caught most of my fish off was throwing a 1/2 ounce jig. Not necessarily this jig. I did catch some fish off this jig, but this is a Carl's bait and tackle jig. I'm not really too fond of it. It has like a screw lock where you can Texpose it, I guess. And I had that teamed up on a Dobbins Sierra Series 7'3", and this is a heavy fast action. I'm really liking these rods. I've got a Shimano Corrado on here, and I've got a box full of rods of different brands. And the reason why I did that is because mainly at the time, price, and also just to try to see which rods worked best with me, what I liked, what felt good, and all that. Well, I finally bit the bullet and bought some really nice rods. I got 2 of these now, same setup and everything, 7'3", heavy fast action, and needless to say, it's a 360-degree difference. Nothing against 13 fishing. I've got those. I've got duckets. I've got skeet reese rods in here, but I mean, this rod right here, it's light. It's got good sensitivity, and teamed up with a good reel, it just makes a world of difference when you're out there fishing for 8 or more hours. So I did post a thing the other day on my Instagram and stuff and Facebook, you know, saying that I had some important news. I am teaming up with Dobbins. I end up talking to a nice lady over there, and I'm waiting for the contract to come over. I can't for say what the contract consists of because I haven't got it yet in my email and read it, but I'm really looking forward to working with those people over there. Seems like a very good group of people, and they make a really good rod. They're based out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken, but I got these 2 rods here locally at Academy. So I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sell all my other rods, since I'm going to be part of their pro staff on Dobbins, which, you know, I want to give them a huge shout out and say that I really appreciate you guys considering me for that and giving me a chance and an opportunity on it. And hopefully it becomes a long business relationship, and I get to meet some pretty cool people. I wouldn't mind actually going to the factory where they make these rods and kind of seeing how everything goes down. But yeah, I wanted to tell you guys that. I am teaming up with Dobbins on the pro staff, and that's really my first time being, I guess, pro staff for anybody. I'm field staff for Titan Tungsten. Really good weights, which I got, I'll show you here in a minute. I got tied on. So if you guys are looking for a good tungsten company, they make them awesome products. The weights are, high quality. The way they iodize them, I guess, is the word you would use. They don't really have to worry about paint chipping off with the ones I've got. They've got painted weights too, but I have some of those, and I mean, I've beat and banged those, and very little to minimum to no chips in the paint, and a very good price. So if you guys are looking for a good weight company, check over at Titan Tungsten. They got it on Facebook or Instagram, and they also have a store online. So, but yeah, that was what I caught most of my fish off of. Whenever the bite was getting a little tougher for me, I switched over to a micro jig, which this is a Jewel 5/16. My buddy Brendan got me on these. I got that teamed up with a speed crawl. I don't know what this color is. That jig I had has a speed crawl on it too, but it's a super crawl. It's got the bigger legs on it. Really digging these jigs. Like I said, this is a little 5/16 ounce micro jig, or finesse jig, I guess you'd call it. So it seemed like any time that the bite was kind of getting finicky or the fish weren't really grabbing the whole bait, I could toss this in there and scoop one up. So I did catch a couple off this, and I didn't catch anything off this brush hog today. I got some bites and missed some fish on it. But like I said, this is the Titan tungsten weight. I had this with a what size is this one? It's a 1/4 ounce. So like I said, man, they make an awesome weight. And I know some people are skeptical about going to tungsten because of price. Yeah, there is some weights out there that are a little higher than others, but I mean, Josh makes a really good weight over there, and it makes a world of difference. I mean, I'm a firm believer in it. I always just got weights from Walmart or wherever they were cheaper at, because you break off, you're losing it. But when you got a good weight, good line, and a good rod, that weight transferring what's on the bottom through your rod and stuff makes a world of difference on what you're fishing. I mean, you can pick stuff apart. So didn't catch nothing on that bait. That's what I called my fish off at Green River last time on that video that I had on the last YouTube video I put up. So, but yeah. And then right before dark in the video, you'll see where a lot of times I was just turning it on. I don't know what was going on with this thing, but I ended up catching a few off of a black 1/2 ounce buzzbait right there before I left. This is just a Booyah buzzbait. I'm not particular to any brand. I'm sure there's some companies that make some really good buzz baits, but I don't throw them enough to really go through all that. But I did catch, I think got 2 off that there at the end there. So, but yeah, so fishing was tough. There was a tournament out there today. There was a lot of people crappie fishing, so it's not a really big lake. So you're already kind of fighting with that, and that lake gets a lot of pressure. So, a cove I was going in, there was right there at the end before I left, there was 6 boats in there. So, I mean, every cove I went down, y'all could probably see on the video. But yeah, there was people passing me, or I don't know. We're going to go back out. Brennan just got back today. He had to work out of town, so he wasn't able to go. So we're going to go again this coming up week. The cove I was in, though, apparently where I caught most of my fish was a good cove, because I bet 10 boats ran back there during this tournament. There was a lot of bait back in there, and I was catching all my fish pretty much around wood. If I got around wood and rock, I was catching fish. And there was a lot of fish I didn't catch. There was people around me, which I don't know. I mean, I'm no pro, but there was fish that I knew I had on the line, and I just kind of shook them off. So, but we're going to go back out. We're going to record the next time we go out. I kind of just wanted to show you guys what I was using, if you care to know it all. I wanted to also tell you guys about me teaming up with Dobbins, so I want to give them guys a huge shout out and say I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be part of your pro staff, and I really look forward to working with you guys. I also like to shout out the Team Tungsten. I posted a video on there the other day, and everybody kind of was sharing the love and subscribed to the channel. So we went from 28 to like 35 subscribers. So I really appreciate those guys that subscribe to the channel. I did the same for them. So, I'm just trying to grow the channel the best I can, and I'm looking for any feedback. So if there's something that you think I should do differently that'd be better for footage, or If you see something I'm doing on the video that you say, hey man, I'll do it this way, it works better. I mean, I'll take any kind of feedback I can get. Like I said, I'm no professional, I'm learning. But that's all you can do is spend as much time as you can in the water to learn, to get better. So I'm not going to bore you guys any longer. I just wanted to kind of tell you what I was catching the fish off of and explain to you why you didn't see a whole lot of footage. It just wasn't my day at all. So yeah, we're going to go back out. Probably Friday we'll go back out. But what can I say? Just was not my day. That's part of it, man. That's why they call it fishing, not catching. So anyways, holla at y'all. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for the likes. And if, like I said, if you guys got any comments you want to leave me, or if you have any questions about what I showed you, tackle wise or rods, leave them down there in the comments and I'll answer them. Till next time, holler at you guys later.